somewhere in St. Petersburg. Have you heard what they're saying on the street? Ow, I just bit my tongue. Hey everyone, my name is Jillian and welcome to Frizzbiscuit. So it's been a while since my last video. 2016 wasn't the best year for me, productivity wise or creatively or just generally mental health wise, but instead of dwelling on the sheer awfulness that was last year, why not talk about some things that I actually like? That's right, today is a favourites video, all of my favourites from January 2017. So to start things off, I'm going to talk about my favourite books that I read in January. My first favourite book for the month is The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. This is an incredibly small classic science fiction book, and despite the fact it's only about 99 pages long, it took me 2 years to read. That's got nothing to do with how difficult this book was to read, because it's actually really easy to read. I was just abandoned it for some reason and only picked it up again recently, and I loved it. The narrator of this book actually really reminded me of Willy Wonka from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know if that's just me or if other people have read it that way as well, but it was just really fun, with also a couple of creepy moments in there. My next favourite book for the month is A Million Worlds with You by Claudia Gray. This is the third book in the Firebird trilogy, which is this really cool YA, sci-fi, fantasy, romance, time-traveling kind of book. It's kind of a little bit difficult to define. The main characters in this book basically have a way for you to jump into alternate realities, but only into alternate versions of yourself. So you end up in all of these different situations, like, what if the Industrial Revolution never happened? What if I never moved from Russia? What if the sea levels rose and everything's underwater? Although I didn't like it as much as I liked the first two, I still really enjoyed it, and I think it was a really great conclusion to the trilogy. My next favourite book this month is Unboxed by Non Pratt. First of all, can we just look how pretty this cover is? This book is about a group of 5 friends who buried a time capsule when they were in high school, and they're opening it up years later. Only thing is, one of those friends who buried the time capsule with them is now dead. Go a bit dark quickly. Again, it's a really short book, and it's actually one that's designed specifically for people who have trouble reading or for people who have dyslexia, which is why the cover is so beautiful. The book also has quite large print, and it's on a kind of off-white yellowy kind of paper, which is supposed to make it easier for dyslexic people to read. It was just a really good, quick read with lots of emotion and cool characters, interesting plot, and it's such a pretty cover. I definitely recommend this, especially if there's anyone like me who is in a reading slump and needs something to kind of kickstart their reading again. I have one more favourite book for the month, and that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. But it's not just any edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, it's the French edition, or Harry Potter à l'école des sorcières. I know my accent is probably terrible, but I've been trying to learn French for the last few years, and my sister got me Harry Potter in French for Christmas, and I love it. Even though this is beyond my reading level in French, I know the text well enough that I can kind of translate a little bit easier even if I haven't learned those specific phrases before. Also, it's nice to have a lot of text in French that I can practice reading out loud, because I'm learning French through Duolingo and it's all kind of disjointed. I'm only 8 pages in so far, and I highly doubt I'm going to be done with this book for a long time, especially since I need my mum to help me with my pronunciation when I'm reading it, and I'm really liking sort of translating and figuring out what the different context is of the English version versus the French version. Maybe by the end of the year I will actually have finished reading this entire book, and then I can move on to the Chamber of Secrets. My next favourites I'm going to talk about are music. The first album I've been obsessed with this month is Here by Alicia Keys. This is her newest album, and oh my gosh, I love it so much. I think my favourite tracks are Girl Can't Be Herself and Holy War and Kill Your Mama. I just had it on repeat. It's just good, chill, R&B, jazz vibes, and it's just beautiful, and Alicia Keys' voice is amazing, and I just listen to it on repeat all the time, and it's great. Great. The next 3 music favourites are all movie soundtracks. The first one is Anastasia, which is one of my favourite childhood movies, and I think Dimitri is just my ultimate childhood crush. Like, Aladdin step aside, Dimitri all the way. But I heard last year that they were making Anastasia into a musical. In fact, it's already a musical, but it's going to be on Broadway soon. So I've been listening to the Anastasia soundtrack over and over again and rediscovering my love for it, because, it's such a great soundtrack. Like, does my childhood. My next music favourite for the month is the Moana soundtrack. I don't know what else to say about this album other than what's already been said, but Lin-Manuel Miranda is amazing, and the singers are all amazing, and the score is amazing. Oh, it's just so great, and the music is amazing, and I love the movie, and it's just so great. My final music favourite for the month is the La La Land soundtrack. You probably saw this coming because everybody is obsessed with it. It was just so much fun. I really liked the music. City of Stars keeps getting stuck in my head, and the opening number is just so much fun, and the music is just great. The next category is movies. I've already talked about La La Land and Moana. Those are definitely both among my favourite movies that I saw this month. My other favourite movie I saw this month is Rogue One. I actually saw this movie for the first first time in December, but I saw it again in January because I loved it that much, and because apparently I'm a masochist. But despite all of the feels, I loved all of the characters, and the plot was great, and it was just such a good Star Wars movie, and I loved it. Next, let's talk favorite TV shows. My favorite show I watched in January was A Series of Unfortunate Events. I was one of those people who never really read A Series of Unfortunate Events as a kid because, I don't know, I read the first one and then I thought it was really depressing and then I didn't continue to read the other ones. Also, my sister only had the first one, so that's all I could read. But I loved the series so much. It was so wacky and the kids were great, and Neil Patrick Harris, of course, was amazing, and it was just so much fun to watch, and I kept getting the opening song from the credits stuck in my head. I think it's the perfect combination of morbid cheesy humor. Next, we're going to talk about my favorite podcast that I listened to in January, and that is In Want of a Wife. It's a story-wonk podcast that analyzes Pride and Prejudice, and it's just so great. I love it so much. It was just such a great podcast to listen to in the background while I was doing whatever else I was doing at the time, and it made me want to go back and reread Pride and Prejudice and rewatch all of the Lizzie Bennet diaries, which I already did, and rewatch all of the movies of Pride and Prejudice that I own and love. I also have a makeup favorite for this month. I don't actually have it on me because it's currently in a box up on a shelf right up there, and it's behind my camera and my lights, and I don't much fancy knocking all this equipment over just to get a little thing of eyeshadow. But my favorite makeup item for this month is an eyeshadow from Colourpop called Coconut. I'll insert a picture of me wearing it here. Look at that blue eyeshadow, that bright blue eyeshadow on my eyelids. That's Coconut, and I wore it for like 7 hours and it didn't crease. Like, can I just? I know everyone raves about Colourpop and I'm kind of late to the game, but they don't have it in Australia, so I bought it online because I had a voucher, and oh my god, never going back. It's just amazing. Bright blue, teal, and I think it looks hella good on me. Don't you think? Don't you think? My next favorite is actually a bra, or more specifically a bralette. It's actually what I'm wearing at the moment. You can see this black lace. That is a bralette, my dears. It's actually the most comfortable thing ever, and I loved it so much that I got one in white as well. See? It's got these molded cups and also this lace at the top, and there's no underwire, which means that I won't have those stabbing pains in my rib cage from ill-fitting underwire that's like, hey, you know, it'd be a great idea if I stabbed you in the chest right now. None of that. None of that. And it's the first bralette I found that my boobs don't just fall out of, because they don't seem to make bralettes for people with bigger boobs. But it's hella cute. I've been wearing it all the time if I ever need to wear anything that's got a lower cut neck, because I don't currently have a strapless bra that fits me. So this is a great alternative. Thank you, bras and things. Okay, we're in the final stretch now. My last favorite category is going to be games. I'm not really much of a gamer per se, except for when it comes to tabletop games, which I adore. First favorite game is Carcassonne, a game which I got for my family for Christmas, even though I'm going to keep it with me forever and ever. Kind of a little bit like Settlers of Catan if you've played that before, in that it's a brightly coloured, family-friendly game that makes you want to kill everyone you ever play with. You build the board as you go with these little tiles that you can match the illustrations together, so fields connect to fields and roads connect to roads. You have to try and build cities and monasteries and roads to try and get as many points as possible. It's so much fun, even though it mostly ends in a bloodbath every time. The bloodbath's not part of the game, that's just kind of how the family dynamics are in my house whenever we play games together. And my final favorite for January is Magic the Gathering. I haven't played Magic the Gathering in so long. I've been playing for about 2 or 3 years now, and I forgot how much I loved it. My friend and I caught up to play Magic the Gathering recently, and it was so much fun, and I remembered I hadn't made a Magic the Gathering deck for a while, so I got my cards together and I made a red-black deck. I'm normally a blue-white kind of girl, but I had a lot of red cards and I had a lot of black cards, and I thought, why not put them together and create a vampire deck? It kicks ass. I really enjoy burning people and then sucking the life out of them. It's one of my favorite pastimes. And those are all of my January favorites. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to tell me some of your January favorites, you can tell me in the comment bar below. You can also click over there if you want to watch some of my old videos, or you can click that button down there to subscribe. If you want some really regularly upload content, I'm your girl. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!